All right. Can everyone hear me? I think we can get started here. Thanks everyone for joining us. My name is Joe and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Supademo. Today I'll be highlighting some of Supademo's latest and greatest features, guided HTML demos and sandbox demo environments. Go to the next slide here. This will be a fairly brief overview and demo, so please feel free to ask questions in the live chat as they come up. And we'll get to them at the end when we have time, or async as we ask them as well. So everything is recorded, so you'll get a copy of the recording at the very end as well. So the agenda today is to spend roughly 5 minutes discussing what HTML, guided HTML demos are and sandbox demos are, how they're different, recommended use cases for them, and we'll finish with a live 20-minute demo showing you how easy it is to get this up and running yourself live on Supademo. So now let's start with the basics. What is a guided HTML demo, or what is a sandbox demo? Well, and how is it different from traditional clickable interactive demos based on screenshots or video steps? So first off, here's what they all have in common. They're all interactive demos that offer an immersive, engaging experience that accelerates deals, drives product adoption, and visual learning by doing. You can easily mix and match any of these three types of demos on Supademo, depending on your timing and use case needs. Now, let's first zoom into guided HTML demos. HTML demos are guided product demos that are pixel perfect replicas of your actual product. This means viewers can scroll around, they can hover and click around on elements, and they experience each guided step in a way that looks and feels just like your actual product. Popular use cases include website product tours, post-sales demo leave behinds, or strategic sales enablement collateral, essentially anywhere where having the highest fidelity and the ability to customize the actual inline content of the HTML matters. We'll be getting a little bit deeper into the HTML in the demo, but hopefully that provides a very quick summary. Next, sandbox demos. Where sandbox demos differ from HTML is that sandbox demos are one-to-one replicas that allow viewers to explore without any guided hotspots or visual cues. So this allows users to explore every feature, workflow, or element like pages or drop downs within the actual product as if they're trying the real thing. And unlike guided demos, sandboxes are far more immersive, they're more self-paced, obviously, since they're not linear, and they're deeper in terms of both breadth and depth, letting qualified buyers explore every nook and cranny without any linear guidance. So common use cases that we've really seen across our base of customers that use sandbox demos include live demos. So this allows reps to quickly create and clone sandboxes so that they don't have to demo on maybe sensitive production data or flaky staging that is always changing, or have to use data that isn't personalized for their specific ICP or the person that they're working with. It's also useful for partnerships, POCs, or even in early prototyping. So cases where you may not want to give users access to a staging environment again that's quickly changing or breaking because of changes, but you do want them to get an early taste of a specific feature or a specific product line, or even give feedback directly in line. Great. So hopefully that gives you a good understanding at a high level of what the differences are between HTML, sandboxes, as well as screenshot and video-based demos. And again, I had that handy kind of table, I think it's slide 3 or 4, that I kind of flip through very quickly, but we'll be sharing this deck afterwards if you want to dig and learn a little bit more. So diving into the live demo, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to start with the guided HTML demo, and then we'll quickly highlight some of the benefits of sandboxes next. So I'm going to share my screen, share. What do I need to do? I think I need to do the entire screen, move to this second monitor here. I'm going to do entire screen. Boom. Hiba, just checking. Can you see my screen?
Yep, I can see it.
Perfect. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so how HTML demos work, very similar to guided screenshot or video-based demos, is you start from any product or workflow where you want to create either a feature or benefit-based demo or a guided kind of feature enablement, feature tutorial demo. So I have this example Mercury demo app here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the Chrome extension right here. I'm going to click this big blue button, record Supademo. And depending on your plan, you're going to have 3 different choices available to you. So again, I'm focusing on guided HTML demo. So I'm just going to choose that as the option. And I'm going to start recording. And essentially, all I have to do is, as slow or as fast as I would like, go through maybe the sequence of steps, the workflow, or the feature that I want to demonstrate. So very quickly, I'm just going to click through how to attach notes to a transaction or categorize the transaction. Maybe that's a new feature that I want to include in my product changelog. So I'm going to scroll down here and I'm going to pick this payment from Acme Corp right here. That's going to pop open this sidebar. And obviously, I'm going to click through the category bar here. Let's put this under maybe legal fees. I think that's a good choice. And let's add a quick note down here saying this was for our seed round. I'm going to quickly X out here, and you can see that the transaction note has been changed. So say I'm happy with this. Obviously, very rudimentary example. You'll see Supademo has recorded all of your clicks and actions as you would expect from a traditional screenshot and video-based demo. And from here, I can choose to pause, cancel, or I can stop the recording itself. As soon as I stop the recording, it's going to create a guided interactive demo of all of the steps and actions that I have taken. And the core difference here to the traditional screenshot and video-based demo is, again, it looks and feels like the real thing. People can scroll around, they can hover. Obviously, they can click, but it won't actually do anything. So they can even start typing as well. Awesome. And as always, editing the Supademo is very easy. You just have to click the edit button on the top right. That's going to pop open a Microsoft Office, PowerPoint, Google Slides like editor. And on the left-hand pane, you can see that you can scroll around and easily reposition steps. If you're maintaining and updating your Supademo, maybe the HTML changed or the design changed, it's really as simple as copying and pasting steps from another HTML recording you've done, or just clicking add step and recording more steps. And what that's going to do is it's going to pop open this modal dialog here. We're even going to remember the actual URL of what you recorded. And then you just click record, go through your sequence just like before, and it will add it after the steps that you have indicated. Beautiful. I'm not going to go into the details of the hotspot editing itself. It's very self-explanatory and similar to the actual screenshot or video-based demo as well. But what I will go into is the editing of the HTML as well. So since we clone the entire front end HTML and CSS of your product, what that gives us the capability to do is if we click the edit HTML button on the top, we can essentially change the look and feel as well as the data of whatever we capture. So this allows us to brand content, like changing the charts, changing the logo, changing the name so that it's hyper personalized for the prospect that we're selling to or working with. Or you can even go in and fully remove sections, redact PII data, blur sections, change the colors to really get the look and feel as well as the data you need in order to close more deals and drive better product adoption. So what you'll notice is in the HTML editor here, you're going to be able to scroll around and you're going to be able to pick between all the different pages here. And say if I go into step 1 here, you can easily just click any element you want and make edits to it directly in line. So whatever you see is fair game for personalization. So say I wanted to maybe change this logo here to my client's logo, say it's Supademo. I'm just going to click replace image. And you're going to be able to easily replace this with any logo that you have on your computer. So for example, desktop icon right here, that looks good. So I'm going to use that. Or if you want to use this same template or same demo for multiple people, maybe you want to use this for prospecting and personalize it for 100 different people, you can even go ahead and tokenize the logo itself and provide a URL or upload a logo so that it's personalized for each client as well. Awesome. So what you'll notice is the logo has been changed, and it will also be changed in all subsequent slides that also used the old logo as well. So it removes a lot of duplication. Similarly, for text, you could just go in and change debug LLC with Supademo, or change cards and personalize this by adding cards for name from company. So you can even inject dynamic variables or tokens, which you have the ability to personalize at the end when you're sharing in the share modal or through the URL parameters that you provide. Awesome. Moreover, switching into step 2 right here, you can easily change charts. You can select entire elements to redact or hide altogether. So that's handy if you want to remove a row from a table, perhaps. And obviously, as I mentioned, you can go in and just change the content, change the font colors. Maybe your client uses red for their branding and you want to maybe change the color of the buttons to be red. Again, you can quickly make changes on the fly. No technical expertise or code needed to personalize your content. Great. So after you click Save Changes, that's obviously going to be reflected, and you're going to be able to now go ahead and share this anywhere online. So you can share this just like a YouTube link. You can embed this directly in line within onboarding, within your website, within your product as well. And you can even create tracking links. And again, if you did use tokens or variables within the Supademo, we'll automatically detect them and will prompt you to put in your details directly in line. Joseph, Supademo, generate the link. Whoops. And now if I share this link, you'll notice that it's going to have all of the customizations that we put in place. So we changed the text here to Supademo. We changed the logo to our logo. You'll see that's been reflected. And you'll even see the token that I've used within the editor be reflected because I prefaced in the share link that it should be for Joseph from Supademo. And again, people can scroll around and all of the branding edits that I've put in place are live. Great. So that is the guided HTML demo. Next, I'll quickly walk you through a very, very basic sandbox demo recording process. So creating a sandbox demo, it's as easy as a guided HTML. It just takes a little bit longer depending on the fidelity of access that you want to give to your end user. So again, what you would do is you would click the Supademo extension. You're going to click record Supademo. All right. That's going to pop open the choices again. And I'm going to click Sandbox Demo this time. I'm going to start recording. And really all you have to do is you have to click through the pages, the elements, the buttons, essentially the things that you want to be interactive to the end viewer. And in the background, the great thing is Supademo is going to do the hard work of linking all of the steps together so that you don't have to. So I'll quickly show you here. So Again, if I want to showcase and let people scroll around my Ahrefs app without having access to the actual product altogether, what I'm going to do is turn on the extension, and I'm just going to click through the pages, the drop downs, the sequences that I want to make accessible. So maybe I want to click monthly volume, and I want to let the end viewer choose average volume. So I'm going to click that. I'm going to click show results to propagate the data changes. And maybe instead of all locations, I also want them to be able to choose US traffic only. So I'm going to click United States as an example. I'm going to click show results. And I'm just going to repeat this process and use the product as if the person next to you is peering over your shoulder, following along. So we're in the background again, tracking everything that you see here. I'm going to click calendar. I'm going to click opportunities, and I'm going to click backlinks and maybe call it a day after clicking one more time. So we obviously click all here, and then maybe I want to let them also flip between do follow backlinks as well. Great. Again, Supademo is capturing all of your steps and actions in the background. You'll see that in the toolbar and also in the extension. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording here. So the sandbox will take a little bit longer depending on how many steps you are looking to capture. But what you'll notice is after I'm done, you have a full one-to-one replica of your product that looks and feels like your actual product. And people will be able to click around and do the actions that you've recorded. So for example, here, we clicked overview, and I want to let them choose average volume. You can do so right here. And again, all of the changes are propagated. Again, same thing with locations. I want to let them choose United States and have all of these changes propagated, or let them flip through the different pages that I recorded. So the backlink profile, maybe the opportunities page, the calendar page, essentially whatever I clicked on, all the actions I clicked on, all the drop downs I clicked on are all fair game. And again, this looks and feels just like your actual product. So that is sandboxes. And again, from the edit screen, very much like what you saw with HTML. To edit, you're going to just click edit HTML, and you're going to be able to change the look and feel of whatever you see on the screen. And again, you can do this from one template, or you can even duplicate an existing HTML or sandbox demo to make edits for a particular client. And the great thing is with sandboxes, you can enter sandbox mode and retroactively go in and link specific pages after the fact. So maybe you missed a step, you can just go in, choose the element you want to link, choose the step you want to link it to. And again, you can add more steps after the fact, or you can even link it out to external steps. So you want to maybe have a book a demo button here, actually go to book a demo. You could easily add that in as well. And if customers are ever stuck as they're navigating through the demo, all they have to do is essentially click an element that isn't actually clickable, and they'll see some visual cues as to what is actually interactive. Beautiful. Okay, so that is Supademo's HTML and sandbox demo in action. We do have a little bit of time here. It looks like 10 minutes for Q&A. I can go from the top to bottom. Wonderful. Okay, Justin, can I convert my regular Super demos to sandbox demos? I already have a bunch recorded. So it depends on the type of Super demo you've created. If it is in HTML format, you can 100% convert them into sandbox demos just by entering sandbox mode. Unfortunately, you can't do that for screenshot and video-based demos because we're not tracking all of the elements and it's not full-fledged screenshots. But as you can see, it is very, very easy to record the steps again on Supademo. How many HTML demos do you get with the skill plan? So that was Booknook Learning and Development. So HTML demos are a part of our growth plan and up. We do have a first year discount for anyone on Supademo, 30% off the first year. You can use Growth30, which we'll share in a follow-up email to try it out. Or you can also try out the HTML plan for 14 days from any plan that you're currently using, completely for free. So you can kind of measure it out and see if it drives ROI, drives value. Obviously, we're confident that it would, but you can try it out before you subscribe to the growth plan. Justin, great question. Can we use dynamic variables in these demos? Absolutely. So like the examples that I shared, you can tokenize elements within the HTML. So that's the added advantage of recording the HTML fully. You can add those tokens, essentially wrap anything in those two curly brackets, and you can put them in the HTML. You can put them in the title of the Supademo. You can put them in the hotspots. So yes, dynamic variables are fully supported out of the box. Yes, Hayden, yeah, great question. Are these dynamic in the sense that users can click different buttons within the HTML and directs them to different pages? Exactly, that is exactly what the Sandbox demo is. All you do is you click through the paths and you can link them automatically through our extension, or you can link them manually on the back end as well. So exactly like the Figma demo, but again, like the Figma demo being more of the screenshot, this would be like your actual HTML, and you'd be able to quickly swap things out and obviously benefit from everything that Supademo includes, like trackable analytics, the drop-off rates, the session metrics, the integrations, gated forms, et cetera, et cetera. Great. Narayani, when is the AI bulk editor coming out? So that is currently in development. So what that is going to entail for everyone else who doesn't have context on this is we are building native kind of agentic capabilities into the HTML editor, where you're going to be able to operate off of a prompt-based interface and easily seed it with personalized data, fake data, data for a specific ICP, or change certain elements of the look and feel, like making all of the buttons red or making all of the buttons green, or changing the logos, without actually having to go in and do it yourself. Obviously, you are going to have the fidelity of control with the HTML editor, but if you want fast, quick iterations and personalization, the editor is something that's coming out, hopefully before the end of the year. Beautiful. Okay, Leah, okay, 2 questions. Is it possible first to present guided clickable steps to help users understand the interface? That is a great question. I'm gonna answer that first. So yes, you can. So one of the benefits of sandbox environments is you can mix and match these invisible hotspots that are non-guided along with guided hotspots as well. So you can overlay guided hotspots onto the HTML and have them have some linear path or some instructions to go through while also having invisible options. Or you can have the first 5 steps be a guided option and have those tooltips, and then the next 5 options be completely choose your own adventure and be full sandbox mode. So you can pick and choose whatever works best for you. Your second question, is there a way to add a login so we can identify who accessed the sandbox? Absolutely, you can. So you can track who is interacting with your sandboxes or your HTML demos or any demo, as a matter of fact, by putting in a lead form at the end or at the beginning. So you can ask for their email or information. You can even use that information to personalize the tokens that you have in the demo. Or you can use trackable share links if you already know who the prospect is going to be. So yes, you can do that. Will offline demo viewing be supported for sandbox demos? So yes, so that is official offline access is coming, hopefully before the end of the year as well. But one thing that is already capable or available on Supademo is if you do go through the sequence of steps in a sandbox while you have internet connection and you load it up and you want to demo someone while you don't have internet connection, everything will continue to work and it will be cached as long as you don't refresh the page. Wonderful. Any other questions from anyone here? I know that was a very quick session, and 30 minutes is often not enough to go through the intricacies of more technical or complex products like this. So happy to host another demo with anyone that is interested in learning more. You can just click the book a demo button directly on supademo.com. We will also send out that coupon link for anyone that wants to upgrade to growth and get 30% off your first year. And for anyone that wants to trial growth for 14 days and get the full sandbox and HTML recording experience, you can do that as well. Just shoot us an email, joseph@supademo.com, and I'd be happy to enroll you in a no obligation 14-day trial. Beautiful. Thanks, everyone.